The champ of the mic owns a night. With a mind so slick and a suit so clean, he's running this ring like a wrestling machine. From gold-plated deals to jaw-dropping schemes, he's the mastermind of your wildest dreams. Stand up, take note, bow down if you can. It's the Brilliant Show with the Brilliant One. He's the man.
Welcome into the Brilliant Show tonight. We got a special guest. Kuasi Malandro's coming in, and she's going to take it over in just a few minutes. But before we get to that, make sure you check out Mark Out Moments on YouTube, Talking Wrestling with Palmwater Dave and Amy. They're great to listen to, and Dave, one of the top refs on the independent wrestling scene. So go check it out and listen to it. Also, new merch alert. We got the Brilliant Show Off the Rails t-shirt now available on brainbustertees.com. Go check it out. And also, you can't afford it? Hey, that's okay. You can afford $1. Go check us out. Subscribe to us on Facebook, and each and every month, you're going to get a chance to win some Brilliant Show merch. That's 99 cents a month. That's less than $12 a year. And you got chances to win free merchandise. And this month, I'm going to be giving away 2 t-shirts. So on June 30th, right here on the Brilliant Show live, we're going to give away 2 free t-shirts to anybody subscribed. If you're subscribed on my Facebook, which is 99 cents a month, you are automatically entered already. Well, you can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Audible. Give us that 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and the review. Let's kick it off here. Steven Dixon, what's up? What's going on, JD? Well, without any further ado, let's welcome in one of the hottest rising stars, Kuasi Malandro. What's going on, Kuasi?
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on?
Not much, doing good. You know, I waited till we got on air because I wanted to ask this question. Now, we talked a little bit before we went on, and you said you're from California.
Yes, I am.
I guess that's okay.
Okay. You didn't know the West Coast is the West Coast?
Yeah. I mean, it is, except for that, you know, all the congestion and traffic over there. That's
yeah, I get it.
But I wanted to ask you this. There's a wrestler that used to be around, and I believe his name was El Malandro. Do you know who that is? He's from down in the New Orleans area, I think he was. I mean, he's not wrestled in a while. I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, I can't say I know.
Man, I was hoping there was going to be a connection there. I want to know what happened to the guy. But
oh man,
let's jump right in. So, when did you start training?
I started training. The day is November 18th, 2023. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, when did you have your first match?
My first
ring time, yeah.
Well, my first match was actually against Ryan Awesome. We were doing the Mayor's Cup for Pro Wrestling 225. I would say that was my first match, but in front of a live crowd, it would have to have been the Super Gold Rumble February 1st this year. That's where I made my debut.
You know what? Let me go see. I'm gonna find something here while we're doing that. You talk about the Super Gold Rumble and
Super Gold Rumble.
Man, it's one of the premier events of the year. Pro Wrestling 225, always tearing the house down. I always enjoy watching their stuff. I've only made a couple of live events over the years, but I'm gonna see if I can find I think it is here, right here. Hold on, let me see. Yes, it is. We're gonna show this to the audience. How about that? Let's do that.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me see here. I'm gonna get it just right. Pop it up. There we go. Let's add this in. Here we go. All right. This is your entrance into the Rumble.
Yes.
I'm gonna cut the volume on. There it is.
Kuasi! Oh! Kuasi's in the Rumble! What a debut!
Yeah.
Yes, a competitor
who took Ryan Awesome to the limit in the 2024 Mayor's Cup, and now taking it to Hunter Law in the Super Bowl Rumble. Kuasi turning Hunter Law around. Look at this. Turns it on. DDT! What a DDT. Electric. Look at Kuasi and listen to Gonzalez. Is she going to eliminate Hunter?
That is,
Man,
that's awesome.
yes.
So
It
what was that
was-
experience like? I mean, being in there with Hunter Law, doing the tornado type DDT or the, that had to have been awesome.
It was very exhilarating. In between the Rumble, it's each entrant has like about a minute and 90 seconds or minute and 30 seconds, so 90 seconds in between entrants. And I remember like literally leaving out the back door. Like I wasn't anywhere around backstage, like where we're supposed to enter at. And I was so nervous. Like I went out twice and I probably finally got to the curtain to about like 10 seconds left. And then like once I stepped through the curtain, like all of it just left. Like I was trying to do push-ups, the nerves I was feel like I was about to throw up, honestly. It's a huge crowd, it was very electric, and it was just, but once I stepped through those curtains, I was just like, all right, it's go time. Everything just left. I just had to do it, and seemed like I got a good reaction out of it too, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And that's what it's all about, getting that reaction, and you absolutely killed it. I thought you did great. You come in, you had a good little interaction with Hunter Law, and y'all just tore the house. And speaking of Hunter Law, with your training and stuff, I believe.
Wait. You got to say it right.
Okay.
In respect to my trainer, it's Hunter Law.
No. There you go.
Trademark pending.
I hope I don't get copyrighted for that, Hunter. So don't use that against me. But anyway, you started training with Louisiana Wrestling Alliance.
Yes.
And Joey Jackson and Hunter Law. How was that? What was it like being under their tutelage?
Oh man. So how I got there, it was everything just felt aligned, but so far, like under them, it's just been so great. Like I've been learning so much, and it's different generations. You have gorgeous Joey Jackson and his generation, Hunter Law, him being in the business for a decade plus. I'm getting so much from them as far as just different perspectives and how the business is inside and out. So it's the way this journey has been for me. I couldn't ask for anything better than to have those as my trainers starting out. And then what's crazy is that I don't see myself really like having it any other way. When I first got there, actually the first day I was there, like I had brought my bag, everything I needed what you need to start wrestling, like a gallon of water, a couple of t-shirts and everything. They're like, wait, you gotta go get your blood work. You gotta go do this before you can actually start. So I was ready that day. I was really ready. Because we were first in Crawley. The school was out in Crawley, and then we finally had moved to Lafayette. And ever since then, it's just like, I couldn't ask for a better community, and that's what I love that they built so much, is a community of wrestlers to have somewhere to go and train and just learn, just be able to learn and love and just share the passion. I truly am grateful for those two and everything they built around it so far.
That's awesome. What's up, Chris? What's going on? Now, y'all guys come on with the questions and stuff. Get this chat going, because we got some stuff to talk about now. With it being such an exhilarating, experience getting into the wrestling business, you got the nickname the California Mountain Snake. Is that correct?
Yeah, I self-proclaimed, actually. I've had many nicknames in my life, but this one is a self-proclaimed one.
Now, how did this nickname come about?
Well, okay, very, very interesting starting point. I'm a big fan of Kill Bill.
Oh yes.
I love Kill Bill. And I like villains. So I love Elle Driver. She had the eye patch. She was one of the best assassins as far as the pecking order goes. And she was always an interesting character. Like her lines in the movie were just like, do I feel relief or do I feel regret? Stuff like that. And when I was in my college days, I had a really bad injury. I had a retinal detachment. So when I was going through a lot of surgeries, I had an eye patch. So with that eye patch, I always like embodied like, oh, I'm Elle Driver.
Yeah,
Like
running
I didn't,
around.
I
Yeah.
didn't, I didn't treat it as a negative, and that kind of tied into like, oh, the California mountain snake. I'm from California. I like snakes. I'm very nerdy when it comes to like learning snakes. When I was young, I went to this camp, and that was one of the things that we came across a lot. Like they're not dangerous to humans, but they're dangerous to other snakes. So it plays in a lot into what, how I see Kuasi Malandro, the California mountain snake is just, to me, is like, all right, it's an evolution wise. Like maybe I could be the black mamba one day, but right now I'm just the California mountain snake. And it's crazy because it's like I see Hunter as like Bill, like he's a snake charmer. He's one, we talked about it, and that could have been like definitely one of my characters was a California mountain snake.
I like that deal. That's a good deal. Hey, Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, his name's Sam. He looks like Humpty Dumpty, but he films some of the stuff at some of the shows. When are you joining Death Row? Shook White asked.
Death Row. Oh man, what you mean? You joining Death Row already? You want me to join Death Row?
Look at that. Look, hey, and you know what's cool about it is you're from California, so you're from around that area where Death Row was. So maybe, yeah. Chris Louderback, that is a serious injury. It really is.
It is
brutal.
I've had a total of 6 surgeries at the time I was 19.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Dixon says, "How's your eye now?"
It's fine. I had to train my eye. I had to train my left eye to be the dominant eye. So my right eye is fine. It's just shaped differently now. Like I have like a scleral buckle surrounding it. So it's a football shape more so than a regular eyeball shape. But it's fine. My vision's okay. The way I see now a little bit, which has gotten better over time, is just picture like a kaleidoscope. So like in my right eye, it's like pinholes where I can see and where I can't see. It's just depending on what I'm looking at.
Oh, I mean, trying to train your left eye to be your dominant eye that's hard in itself. And then when you're just looking out of one eye, I mean, yeah, the depth perception's just not there, man. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't think it bothered me, and that's what another nickname came up when I was playing ball. I was a 3-point shooter already, but when I was wearing the eye patch and everything,
oh yeah,
I was called Deadeye. I was called Deadeye. It didn't really affect my playing until like a little bit later, until like it was more of a psychological thing than anything. But when I was playing ball, it didn't really affect me. That's how much I love playing basketball. So with this injury, I mean, with this, the recovery process is fine. Like I even had cataracts too. So like I definitely got a new lens, so it's not too bad. But it doesn't affect me at all. Like even when I'm in the ring taking bumps or anything like that, I don't feel nothing at all.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. You brought up basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You played high school basketball?
I played up until I want to say I played a season pro in San Diego.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It college didn't work out just because that's what I was going through. And
Yeah.
when it comes to the college, everything's a business. So if you're not producing, we got to let you go. Even
Yep.
if you're red shirt, gray shirt, whatever shirt you want to be. Um, if you're not producing, or if you're not seen as an asset, or if there's too many guards, eventually you're
Yeah.
let go.
It's a dog eat dog world in basketball. It's in college sports, period, especially now.
Oh yeah,
Like with
man,
NIL.
man. If the NIL deals, man, tell me about it. I'll be racking up right now. I know I'll be racking up back then if NIL deal was a thing back then.
Could you imagine the NIL back in the like early 2000s? Like, dude, they were paying people anyway, and but they were getting like Reggie Bush and all them. They were getting caught. Could you imagine how
Yeah,
much money Reggie Bush would have made in college if the NIL was back then?
man.
Because
Can you
they were.
imagine if Kentucky and all them guys from Duke,
Oh yeah,
all them guys
yeah,
from Michigan, like all no, like they
yeah.
would have
It's
been well off.
what here's my thing, and we're getting off on the on a tangent here for a second, but like I know that it's okay. You want to pay college students. I'm okay with it. I just think there needs to be a cap. That is a learning spot.
Um,
It's you get paid in the pros. Okay,
mhm.
you're getting a free education, and you are getting paid millions of dollars for an education as well. It just to me it don't make sense. Like you want to pay the guys cap it, but there's a guy that is signed right now with Ohio State who is not even graduated high school, but the day that he becomes graduates, he's a millionaire. He has signed a
Yeah,
$1 million NIL deal, and he
yeah.
hadn't even proven anything yet.
It,
That's
it's it's crazy. Like even I've seen a lot of student athletes. They'll get into the transfer portal and really fish around to see who's going to pay more instead of really just like grinding it up. Um, I ain't mad at it. I'm really not mad at it, but in certain situations, like if it is like just D1 getting NIL deals all the way down from NAIA, some of those like divisions, they don't get full tuition,
no, no,
full, full, just like they don't get the full,
yeah.
perks like they do in D1. So
Oh no, D
I
one,
have,
you're getting paid.
oh yeah, you're good to go if you're D1. You're well taken care of. And I've seen that at LSU. So it's
Yeah, let's
just
watch.
is what it
Shelby
is.
says, "Hey,
Hey, what's up, bro? Happy
um,
belated. You ain't text me back.
Stephen Dixon, when you got into wrestling, were you living in California time, or was you living? Where was you living at when you got into wrestling?
When I got into wrestling, as far as like just in general, or just like actually,
No, actually training like
well,
into it.
actually trying to know, I was living in Louisiana at the time. I came down here to kind of like, I was helping out my parents as far as like overseeing renovations in their retirement home. Um, and eventually it was a good pairing to like trying to figure out what else I need to do. Like, because at this point, I went to school, I wasn't playing ball anymore, and I was really trying to get into wrestling, even though like back in California, I was really trying to get into New Japan Pro Wrestling dojo in Carson and or Santino's wrestling school in
Santino Brothers, yes, with
yeah,
Chaos. Yeah,
yeah, Joy Chaos. I was considering those two schools, which is kind of funny because I went on their website and that's how like I was so prepared on my first day with LWA. They have a page on their website that shows you what you need to like for your first day or just what you need for training, like a gallon of
yeah,
water. You need a couple like I was on their page heavily, and I'm glad they're like constantly like on their Instagram page just showing stuff in the room because at first they wasn't like showing a lot of their content, but now they're like seriously like putting their students out there, putting their content out there as well as New Japan. So, but yeah, I was down here for a while, and what was crazy is I knew I wanted to do this, but So I kind of just like started just lifting. I went to this like old mom and pop shop gym in Brobridge. And I was going in at like 4 o'clock in the morning. They open at 4:30, I think. They was opening around that time. So I would go in that early and then I would leave, then come back probably like at 6 o'clock at night where it was really empty. And that's where I actually met Daniel. And I came across him at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was already done with my workout and he was watching old NXT highlights from the day before. And I was like, hey, you watching wrestling? It was Halloween Havoc. That's what it was. He was watching Halloween Havoc highlights. And I was like, hey, I seen the show and we started talking. We were just wrapping it up about wrestling. And he was just excited. I saw how excited he was. I was like, oh, I finally get to meet somebody that was excited about wrestling. Because I always kept it to myself. But it was just like, oh, cool. There's another person I can talk to wrestling about. So we just wrapping it up and everything. And then he tells me, I told him like, oh, I'm interested in actually wrestling. Do you know anything about, what's going on around here? And he was like, yeah, he said, oh, I'll get back to you. And he got back with me the next day and he gives me Louisiana Wrestling Alliance, like the Facebook, Joey's number and everything. I called up Joey and from there it was just all things aligned, It was just, I'll always give my gratitude for him, like talking to me and giving me and reaching me out. And like, he's always shown me support. Like, I'm always grateful for Daniel. Like, I can never like say thank you more than anything that him connected me with Joey and Hunter and Louisiana Wrestling Alliance as a whole. Like that, what helped me get into wrestling. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Raza, you got to hit me up. We got to get something worked out,
Are you coming by the school again?
He's got a lot of potential. This kid's got a lot of potential. Got a very good look.
Y'all have to vote for him to face Charlie Haas.
All right. Hey, where do you vote for him to face Charlie Haas at? Because I'll go do that in just a minute.
I think I reshared it. Let me see if I can find it again.
Also,
but it's on. I think it's on my page. I think I reshared it, but if I didn't, I'll put it. I'll send it to you after.
Yeah, that'll work. Kylie here's got a question. What was your all-time favorite match so far in your career?
Oh man, that's hard because I want to say actually it really isn't honestly, but it was my very last show, which was at the Cajun Dome. It was a triple threat match against T Gaines, current Pro Wrestling 225 Women's Champion, and Brooklyn Barrett for the title. And I think that was a very fun match. It was a lot that I learned after that match as well. But so far, everything's been like my favorite because I just love this so much that I get to be able to learn and grow from each match that I've had so far. But I want to say my most recent match has been my favorite match so far.
That's awesome. Been there with two great talents, Brooklyn Barrett and T Gaines. That's awesome. We got another question. Sharita, how old were you? I'm guessing I'm going to take a gander here. You know this person. So what first sparked your interest in wrestling? So this must be an interesting story, huh?
Man, I want to say the first time I've ever really seen wrestling was in San Diego. So my first introduction was Lucha Libre.
Oh yes.
So I spent a lot of time in San Diego because of tournaments, basketball tournaments when I was young, but that was like when I was probably younger than 6. And the reason why I say I was younger than 6 when I was introduced to wrestling, because I will always remember John Cena debuting on my birthday back in 2002. So I was 6 years old when he debuted. So I've had I probably just told everyone my age right now, but yeah. I know I have earlier memories than John Cena 2002. So I've always been interested. So I grew up a little bit understanding a little bit of the attitude era. So like Jazz, Miss Jacqueline,
Oh,
Trish,
Jazz.
Alita. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta tell you about Jazz, which I had the pleasure to meet. I can't remember, but it was a show sometime last year. I want to say in November. I was so scared to meet her. And like I have another trainer of ours, Mac Johnson, Mac Daddy. Uh, he was like convincing me to go because they grew up together. And like I shouldn't be scared. I shouldn't be scared. But it's like it's somebody that's one of your top faves that you've seen growing up, and like you're just scared to go. But I finally like got to talk to her, asked her for some advice, like trying to get my name out there and everything. And she actually gave me her number and like invited me out to San Antonio to come out there for a couple of days. So trying to get my ducks in order to make sure like I'm presented well to like really go out there and really show out. So hopefully I can get that out the way too this year. As far as one of my goals is be able to go train with her for a couple of days out in San Antonio. So
Or Jazz, man.
yeah.
Bring that up. And Jazz, like when she first came in, like she killed it in ECW, but when she came into WWE and took Trish Stratus out, won the women's title, she really legitimized that because, we talk about the evolution of women's wrestling now and how it is really taken over. If you go back to 2001, and I think that's really when it began because you had Trish Stratus, who nobody thought she could wrestle at that point in time, but she proved everybody wrong. And
She held her own.
She did. Then you had Lita.
Oh,
Then
my God.
you had Jazz. You had Molly Holly. You can say whatever you want to say about Molly Holly. She could tear it up in her. You had Victoria too around that time.
Oh, yes.
Then you had Mickey James coming in. You had like going through that period, and then they kind of backstepped and went back with divas. Like you had Beth Phoenix, you had Natalya, but then they kind of backstepped, went to the more diva ways, and then those divas, a lot of them went on to be part of what's going on now.
Yeah.
And they changed the image as well. And now you look at women's wrestling. There was a point, I want to say, when Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte, all of them were, first coming into the main roster.
Yeah.
The women's wrestling was better than the men's wrestling at that point in time. And they were just absolutely killing it. But, who else was some of your inspirations growing up? Like watching, like who did you fall in love with the most over the years?
I fell in love with Manami Toyota. One of the greatest to me in wrestling. Like she was just so bad. Like she just had this sort of aura that when she came in the ring, she was about to handle up. Like she was very innovating. She's definitely the flying angel, as they proclaimed her to be.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of her matches. Like, so going back to the question as far as my interests, when that period came about, after Jazz and them kind of was Jazz and Trish and Lita, they were fading out. And you see like Eva Mendes, Kelly and all of them, like the real divas era. My interest started going into Japanese wrestlers. So I was like looking at the likes of Akira Hakuto, Aja Kong, Manami Toyota, Tom Nakano.
Bull Nakano. Look, Bull Nakano and Aja Kong were wrestling in WWE when I was 11 years old. And that was back in 94, 95. They were wrestling back then. And they're both, I don't know about Bull, but I know that Aja Kong still wrestles. And so she's got.
Yeah, she features, I think she just had, well, not she just had, but she wrestles through a promotion called Ase Wrestling in North Carolina. Yeah. She's still on the scene and she's still kind of like, she still goes for sure. But yeah, I think the last match I seen her at was Trisha Dora, which is another, like, for me, another like dream match that I can handle
Well,
up on too.
speaking of that dream matches, somebody just asked that. What would your dream match be?
Okay, so my dream matches, on a very high level would definitely be Mercedes Moné at that level. In between, and definitely Bianca Belair. In between on the indie scene, I have a lot. Obviously, Trisha Dora, Jada Stone, Janae Kai, Leah James. I have a lot of dream matches because these are women that I've been watching before I even started, especially with Jada Stone and Zara. I actually watched their match. They had a showcase match at New Japan Pro Wrestling right before I came out here, and that's when, like, literally months before I started training. That's where I met Bad Dude Tito, and everything. It was pretty cool. That was a cool experience. I think they had, like, the best match that entire card from that showcase. Willow Nightingale, uh, Athena. On the independent scene, definitely Promise Braxton. I've been watching a lot of her stuff.
Promises. She's a great talent.
Yeah. Um, Jordan Blade. She actually she trained with Jonathan Gresham.
Yep.
Kelsey Reagan. Definitely want to get a chance to get in there with her. I definitely want to get a singles match with T Gaines. That's a dream match for me. And at least I get to cross off one match, which I'm about to announce. On July 12th at the Pits, I will be facing Brooklyn Barrett. July 12th. Yes. So I get to cross that off. I do get to blame her a little bit because she's the reason I lost. She is the reason she helped me get my first
you're
loss.
gonna get some revenge there, then, huh?
Yeah. So that is one of our matches at our July 12th show. So definitely, you guys check that out. This here is the first announcement for that. So I think that's pretty cool that I get to face her July 12th at the Pits in Scott, Louisiana.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a second, the pit that is. But before we do, make sure you hit and like this video right now. Hit the like button if you hadn't. Check us out on brainbustertees.com. Get you the Brilliant Show merch. We got the new shirt off the rails. We're trying to keep it on the rails tonight for Kuasi instead of going off like we normally do. And if you want to get a chance to win free Brilliant Show merchandise, go to our Facebook page, hit the subscribe button. It's 99 cents a month. And for everybody who's already subscribed, guess what? You're already entered to win a chance to win a shirt or any kind of merchandise from the Brilliant Show store on June 30th, right here live. I will draw a name live right here on the Brilliant Show. Well, actually, I'll draw two names, and we'll give away two shirts. Now, let's get back to the pit. I hear so much about this place. I have not been. Hopefully, one day I can make it down and get to a show or something to that effect. But tell me the pit, because I hear a lot about how this is a great atmosphere to be in. This is one of the best venues. So tell me.
So it's like rock and roll meet wrestling, honestly. Like, that's what it felt like, especially my first match there. My first match was with Gianna Gage, the Pretty Poison. And for it to be a sold out crowd for my first match, it was so electric. Like, I'll never forget that feeling, just coming out there, packed out crowd, everybody just enjoying themselves. It was just, man, like I said, it just felt like you're just a rock star in there, you know, like everyone's just having a good time. It's a great feeling.
You gotta love that atmosphere when you're going into a hot crowd and a hot venue. It just, there's nothing better. And I've heard nothing but good things about Louisiana Wrestling Alliance. You know, their training facility. You know, Jace really pushed it. He was like, "There's no place better," and you're saying the same thing. You come out of LWA, so I mean, it just seems like a special place. Seems like
It
somewhere you
is.
want to go.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. And like I mentioned before, I've never felt so like such a community in a sense. Like we all support each other in a way that I wouldn't have it any other way. And especially what we're trying to bring now. Like right now, we're doing a summer youth camp Mondays and Wednesdays right now. It's me and Hunter in the mornings. Um, and that's what we like. That's what we want to bring. Like we want to have kids come in and try something, at least get them not just sitting in the house and everything. And that's the atmosphere we want to keep building on is just having that community base. Because that's all it is about. It's like we're building up Lafayette and having a place where everybody can really just like, all right, like it did for me as a kid. Just that 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours to where we can escape and really like just really dive deep into a story where it's like the good versus evil or the funny and hilarious characters that they can just escape from for just about a few hours out of their day. And that's what I love about it. With LWA, we're able to have a great team of trainers. um, Obviously, Joey, Hunter, Mac, Rhett, um, Jordan Jaw. I didn't want to say his actual name.
Jordan Ja.
Yeah,
You
he
really gonna
comes
bring
in.
him up on this podcast?
What you mean?
Nah, I like Jordan.
That's bro. That's big bro. I gotta get Jordan in there. And he's helped me a lot as much as too, like the advice he's given me. Um, Definitely love every last one of them. Like they're awesome for real.
Stephen Dixon, I'm about to talk about that. I got more. I'm gonna let her ask you the question, but I'm gonna talk about it. So we was doing a review, checking out stuff. Me and my co-host Nick Hunter,
Mm.
and I can be a smart ass. And we were doing a review, and I think it was you and Desmond Tebow.
Yes.
Y'all were doing. Actually, I showed your promo on this YouTube video we did. Where you were working out, and he kept coming up to you with these facts in the books, and it was funny how you were saying Desmond, and you kept doing your thing, and he just kept bothering you, and you were trying to focus. You were trying to get focused on the match, and you and Desmond were taking on Asher and Kimber, the Fox and the
Yes.
Jack. You got in the ring
Yes.
with them. What was that match like? And being in the ring with, a mixed tag, that is a different beast, so it's a little bit different to work on that. So what was your thoughts on that?
Man, it wasn't too much difference because Asher feel like he can like hit me with a Beretta reason. But you know what? Cheap shots get you kill shots because I got him back at the end.
Did y'all pick up the win that night?
Yes, we did.
Look at that.
We did.
Desmond finally got him a win. I don't think I've ever seen Desmond win.
He pinned Asher.
Oh, he did? Wow.
Yes,
Not only did he get a win, he got a pin. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
The world is changing.
Man, look. Asher was doing all that taunting. Kimber thought she can come in and she said the fox hunt snakes, but I mean, it is what it is. But no, it was a really great match. To me, it was. And I think the crowd really enjoyed it as well.
Iron sharpens iron. That's a mixed tap. Was epic. I know what he meant. I'm just messing with that.
Yeah.
He meant mixed tag.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, and it is. It's fun to see that go around. And I'll tell you something about Desmond too. What was it like teaming with him? Because I love his gear. It is just absolutely great.
Yes, I love it. No, Desmond is awesome. We train together, and he's always giving me like, okay, try this, do this, like giving me different things that I can, matches that I can watch as well. We, as much as he was giving me the facts and everything, we really did our homework with him. And I love working with Desmond. I hope to tag with him again in the future, maybe against Braxton Hunter and T Gaines.
Hey.
Measure up, you know.
Now, I know you're just trying to make Desmond feel good and just
No,
letting him
no,
know.
Desmond's awesome. If Desmond teams with me, you know, it's gonna be a good time. And I think everybody's seen that. Jace, no, it's not lies.
Look at that, Jay Smiles. You should have heard trash she was talking about you a few minutes ago, man. Uh,
Oh no, look. Oh
she's like, he
never.
still wears a diaper.
No, that's baby though. He is a baby though.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. But he's cool. He's Dorito back. Hey, we're on 13 likes. You know I don't like 13 likes, so let's get above 13 likes. Hit that like on the video right now. You don't want to make the brilliant one mad, or Quasi either, because I'll get her to attack you. So,
Dorito back with the J Small shirt. I can't do no Dorito back. I don't have a back like that.
yeah, I don't either. Like mine is, mine would probably be powder white. You know, like when I lift my, pants leg up, I can light up a dark room in a heartbeat because my legs are so wide. I was telling somebody the other night on the podcast, like when I entered the Mississippi Rumble this year, I had this little, singlet, and I come out and the light shines on me, and my wife tells me, she goes, "Baby, all I could see was the singlet. You just disappeared when you came out because when I came out and the light hit me, I just disappeared for real." She's wearing the drip though. She is wearing the drip.
I am. Look, see, you already know. I'm always that. Hey, and that's another dream match. Jace. Jace is my true test. Jace is my
That's
first
not a test.
dance partner. It is a test.
That's a
Jace.
snack. That ain't a test.
It's a test. All right, Dorito back. Oh no, I feel like Jace was my first dance partner. Him and Ryan Awesome. They were my first dance partners, but Jace for sure was my first dance partner. Obviously Hunter, but as far as
so
he is a dream match for me. Huh?
You're making a lot of these teenage girls mad. They like
Look,
Jace, man.
That's my little bro for sure. I'm gonna look out for him all the time. But no,
you need
Jace,
to, because he's got some stalkers out there. I can tell you that now. Somebody needs to watch him.
No, Jace is definitely a match that I would love. That would definitely be a true test for me. Is going up against Jace for sure, and Hunter, but Jace for sure.
Now with Hunter, how is Hunter, man? Because being around, I mean, I'd never been around, never met him. I've seen him in action.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen him live twice. I've seen some of his stuff on Facebook. But what's he like, when he's teaching you and going through that? Like, how is it with him?
Hunter is a very special, I like to call him sensei in my head, he's very patient with anybody he's trained so far, at least for me. With me, he's been very, very patient. He's such a professional, such a technical wrestler that, to me, there's so much I can learn from him and try to pick up. I've been watching a lot of his old matches. I just watched like the one with Skylar Moore in Mayhem on Mills. But to me, right now, his biggest challenge is trying to teach kids, but he's been doing a great job with that as well. But I love every bit of being under his teachings, as far as like just learning from his experience. He's learned from the likes of Jay Lethal, which I end up getting a chance to train under Jay. The day of our Cajun Dome show, he had Jay Lethal held a seminar. So I got to be able to do that. But it was like, for me with Hunter, I look forward to practice every day to just like learn from him. He has so much knowledge. He gives me a little homework when it comes to like matches or anything like that. I wish we can start doing that again and reviewing matches. He just sent me like a huge folder of matches to watch, and he's always there. Like if I have any questions, he takes his time to explain it. If I'm like not getting at something, he's really patient with like trying to get it over with me. Um, but I couldn't have it any other way, you know.
Hunter. Like I said, I never had Hunter on my old podcast, but I did have somebody that was kin to him on my old podcast. I had Brandon Law on my
Oh
podcast.
yeah, I met his brother. Yeah.
I've had Brandon on the podcast back in the day, and I saw him at an SWA show. As a matter of fact, Hunter was on the same SWA show that night. It was Brandon Law took on Dak Savage, I want to say, in the opening match. It was Summerall Slamboree. And I think it was Hunter and Aria Blake taking on Frankie Thomas and Brittany in a match. So, yeah, I think that was the last time I saw Hunter live, and I've seen watch some of his videos because he was down in Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, doing all tearing it up. Stephen Dixon, is there a certain person or persons you enjoy beating up more than others? Yeah, she enjoys beating Jace Miles up, apparently.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, like I really do. Like if anything, like I said, we train together, so that's the first person I'm going to grab, if anything.
Old Jace, poor Jace, man, he gets beat up from all sides. So, like debuting for 225, another great promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first, I know what I was going to ask. I forgot to ask this earlier when we was talking about the pit. Where in the hell is Scott, Louisiana?
It's supposed to be like it's a very thin line of it being Lafayette and it being Scott by just like a 1-digit zip code. When I said Lafayette, but it's like if you're gonna put it on the map, it's gonna say Scott. Like if you put in your GPS, it says Scott, but it's in Lafayette, really. To me, it is. I mean, it's like literally a hop and a skip when you're going to Scott, Louisiana, I guess. I'm still trying to get familiar with Lafayette like that. So that's like not the question to ask me, why is it Scott or where is Scott? But it's really Lafayette because it's Ambassador. So it's like Ambassador is like what is it in Vegas? It's Tropicana Boulevard. That's how Ambassador is. Like it's that long street that goes through the city, you know? And Scott is literally on the other side. Lafayette is this side.
Wow, that's wild. Just got something here. I want to see what this says.
What's
Mimi? Stephen Dixon, it's my pleasure to meet you. And can we give ourselves a chance to know each other? It looks like Stephen Dixon. Somebody wanting to know you. But anyway, Murdo Brown. Do you know who Murdo Brown is?
Yes, I met him at the 225, the Super Gold Rumble.
I love Murdo. Murdo is one of my favorite people in the world, man. I used to manage Murdo.
I met him. Yeah.
Murdo's great. He's an up and coming talent. He's a great talent, man. He really is. I think he was doing some training down there in Florida with some names as well. I don't want to say Jay Lethal because I don't know if it was. So I'm not gonna go there. What advice for young girls, teen girls who are interested in wrestling what would you give them?
I would say, like I was just telling a student earlier, you got to give yourself patience, give yourself grace for one, and give yourself a lot of patience when it comes to being in this sport, in this art, actually. I think you allow yourself to really like make the mistakes, but be willing to listen, be willing to be coachable. And at that age, you really got to understand, like, to be coachable, to be taught and listen, really listen. I think that's my greatest asset is being able to be coachable, and being able to kind of just excel in this profession as well as to be coachable and to be able to really be patient and really like hone in on trying to get in my reps, being consistent with it. But most importantly, I just say give yourself grace, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to make mistakes, but keep going.
Exactly. You got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, you don't want to listen. You're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Brian Boudier, you do not have a better coat than Murdo. Murdo has the best coat of them all. Shit.
I can hear Jay saying it. Like,
Yeah, I got a new nickname for Jace. I'm going to call him Giggles from now on because that's all he
Giggles?
did when he was on the podcast. He giggled the whole time. He was like a 15-year-old little girl.
just for that, I'm gonna call him Buttercup. I think Buttercup is a better name than Giggles.
That is. I like that. See?
Buttercup.
See? Yeah, I like Buttercup. I still owe you a fade, Jace. Brian K., your coat just as trash, by the way. Oh, I love Jace, man. Jace, you've been up in here talking trash, but you have not asked Quasi one question.
He knows
Why
me.
don't you ask her a question, Jace? And anybody else that wants to ask a question, put it out there. She's going to answer it. We're going to talk about it. Unless it's got to do with Jace's diapers, she will not admit that he wears diapers. She done told me that. So.
No. What you sipping on?
Hunter Hendricks last beats. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you saw that. Give me just a sec. We got to pull that up.
No, I don't think anything beats Jason's laugh.
Okay.
Like, I laugh at Jason's laugh. Like, that's how much I love his laugh.
Well, we're not saying you love it. I'm just saying this laugh beats Jay Smiles' laugh. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, I can. We're going to pause it, and then we're going to watch the video. All right. And then, now it's going to be trash talking somebody, but who cares? That's what I do a lot of. But yeah. I just want her to hear this laugh. So here we go. All right, make sure I got it set up right. I need to. There we go. Okay. All right. You ready to watch this? Now, we're going to watch this. It's like 58 seconds long, so the laugh's towards the end. But here we go. You ready?
Gotcha.
This was last night, actually. You work for BCW, correct?
Correct.
All right. Here's the word association.
Okay.
Did you get paid?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't answer my question. You said yes. I didn't hear dollar sign.
Oh, you want to know how I got paid?
Yeah.
40.
40? Oh, man, you just pissed off all of them damn students.
Wait, I do love that. Hold on.
No, you got it. You can't deny that's the laugh right there. That is the laugh.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Oh, Donnell up in here. Look at him. Look at Donnell. I'm gonna tell you something about Donnell here. All right, he up here asking you what state you're located. She's located in Louisiana, first off. Second off, you still have not booked the Brilliant one, and you trying to already book somebody's on my show? Now, we've been talking since 2021. I still ain't made my way up to Maryland yet. No, I'm just messing with you.
Maryland. They say they got the best crowds up there.
He's a good guy. Check out that laugh made me want to leave. Jace, it did, didn't it? You should have been here live last night when I watched it. That's a goofy ass laugh. No, that's beyond.
I love
goofy.
A good laugh.
Like that was.
I love a good laugh. That was a good laugh.
That really was. Here we go. Exit 100, Lafayette exit. The particular exit you go south is Lafayette. Go north is Scott. It's across from Cowboys Nightclub, Epic Entertainment Center, is literally located at the exit ramp on exit 100, Lafayette, Louisiana. For locals, there we go. We got
Yeah,
the Scott
that is the
question
best
out of the way.
explanation ever because I couldn't really explain it either. When I was trying to promote, like we were saying Scott, but sometimes we would say Lafayette, but yeah,
Oh
it
my
makes a lot
goodness.
of sense. Lafayette for locals. Scott.
Jace, I hope you're still watching. I would pull it up on the screen, but I can't. It's on my phone. Somebody just sent me this. Oh, it's green. It's a
Oh,
Pampers. It's a Pampers thing with your picture on it, Jace.
oh my goodness.
So there you go, Jace. I'll send it to you later. So Toby, you must be from Scott or Lafayette, somewhere down that way, huh? So hit the like buttons on here. Let's get some more questions coming in. Donnell, she's from Louisiana though, no joke. Rising star, going to be a great talent. Keep your eyes on her, promise you. When is Quasi pulling up the Gulf Coast Wrestling? You ducking me? There you go. She's already said she wanted to match with you. I don't think she's ducking you, and you really can't duck you. You're already too low to the ground. There ain't no ducking there, son.
Jace, what you talking about? What we talking about? Jace, we can get it done tomorrow.
Hey, we can book it on the show right now. I mean, hey, go over there. I'll stream it live right now. You can delete that Pampers picture, by the way. Oh, I'm not deleting it. Trust me, it may be on my story in the morning.
He needs to have that pic. Somebody needs to have that at the next show with the coleslaw. He eats coleslaw from
talking
Kansas.
About my client?
Huh?
Are you talking trash about my client?
Client?
Vladimir Koloff? That's who I manage?
No. Coleslaw from Canes. He eats coleslaw.
Oh. I thought you was talking about Vladimir for a second.
No. Speaking of Vladimir, I have really cool pictures of him in
Donnell just said we need the brilliant one up in AWA, and that's Assault Wrestling Alliance, by the way, not the AWA I owned. But anyway, what about Vladimir now?
I have before I really like got in the ring, 225 was allowing me to be a ringside photographer, and so I've gotten a lot of great pics for Vlad and Christian Blake.
Well, that's going to be some many years, Toby.
What happened?
He said he's going to buy Jace a beer when he's of age, but I told him that's probably going to be many, many years from now.
Jace needs to keep it.
Here's another star right here, Simon Phillips.
Oh yes, I met him at 225 at the Super Gold, which was really cool.
Simon got all the talent in the world. He should be on TV. Got the looks and everything, man.
Tell me about it.
And guess what? June 29th. I hadn't posted anything, but June 29th, he's going to be on the Brilliant Show right here. So make sure.
Oh, awesome.
I've been watching Simon since he was golden, Simon Phillips.
Okay.
So, Donnell, you're right, though. We do need to get the Brilliant one up to AWA, not the one I own or used to own. So there you go. So anyway, Quasi, you used to do some photography. So did you like doing the pictures around the ring and stuff?
I did. I've caught a lot of like great moments that I haven't posted, but it got me a chance to really see the scene backstage, and I was able to introduce myself and kind of get, name and face and everything. But it was really cool because I was able to be able to like really see like how a match really goes, where the positioning is and everything. As far as just like taking that picture, like actually anticipating, what goes on in the ring. I've gotten to do, if I'm not mistaken, this is Braxton's promotion Movement, where I was able to do a lot of like photography there as well. And the last show in Sicilia. correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's when I first was introduced to like Brooklyn Barrett and Kelsey Reagan because they had a match. Introduced to which I love shooting, which was Braxton's and Jordan's match. Um, the Gifted versus well, at the time they weren't really bringing in Jace as in the pillar, but it was him against them as well. Um, who else was there that night? Oh, and Hunter in the main event as well. And then I was able to do a lot of other 225 shows, and that's when I got to first see like T Gaines and Brooklyn Barrett, Vladimir, and Christian. So a lot of it was like a really good experience to kind of like see how to really, you know, get the crowd, see how what certain things is get a little insight a little bit, you know, anticipation or anything just like that. So I have a lot of pictures that I would love to post, especially for their big matchup, Vladimir and Christian. I'll definitely like to post those or send those to them over as well. Um, but yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Donnell, you're right. There is a lot of talent in the South, and you're going to have to bring AWA to AWA Maryland to the South. That is true. Hey, maybe we can work something out. You never know what can happen there, but there is a plethora of talent that does not get the spotlight they deserve down here in the South. Vladimir Clough being one of them. You got Simon Phillips, Braxton Hunter. You got Wes Warren. I mean, Ray Fury. The list just goes on and on and on. But yeah, Donnell runs AWA in Maryland, and the heavyweight champion there is Vladimir Koloff. Vladimir Koloff's been going up to Maryland for about, I want to say, 3 years, maybe a little bit longer. 3 or 4 years he's been going up there. Already in the works. Oh, it is. Well, if it's already in the works, then I hope the Brilliant One's going to be a part of that. But anyway, I'm just, shooting my mouth off there. Hit that like button right here. We have jumped up. We're almost 25 likes. Get that likes button up. I'm going to plug one more thing here. Go check out the new T-shirt. I love this design. Quasi, do you like this design?
Oh, that's
Off
awesome.
the rails?
Off the rails. It's definitely you because we have been off the rails. But we left the train. I mean, we left the station. We left the station with you. But we've been off the rails a little bit.
Well, I mean, hey, when you got a mountain snake and a Brilliant One, it don't get no better than that. I mean, that's a fire show right there. So, like, you've been in Louisiana. Basically made your debut this year, and you've really not been out that much. You took on Ryan Awesome, who's another one of my favorites. I like Ryan. Where are some places that you've seen that you do want to go check out? Like, step out there and see.
As far as in the States, I definitely want to run a lot of what all of our other students have gone to, Gulf Coast, anywhere in Florida. Maybe not all of the promotions in Florida, but definitely want to make my mark in the West Coast. So like working for Santino or New Japan, definitely. There's different promotions in Texas I would like to go out to that I've noticed.
Texas, that's a spot to really bust into because there's a lot going on, but it's also hard to get into a good promotion in Texas as well. You have to really get connections with certain people there, but once you get in there and they see your talents, they're not going to let you leave.
Yeah, I'm open to just getting my reps in anywhere. I know it's not many women in the Gulf Coast area, from what I've been told. I would like to go anywhere, but most importantly, I would love to go to Japan. That's definitely a goal. I want to go to Billy Robinson School, the UWF Snake Pit in Japan. That's where I would definitely be like, okay, yeah, I'm really serious. Let me go there. Let me see if I can really go with these other women. So obviously, like the promotions in Japan, like Stardom, Marigold now, with New Japan having their own women's division now, I would love to go there. CMLL, down in Mexico. Uh, I would like to go anywhere, but I would like to dominate here first in the South, get my name out there in the South, the Gulf Coast area, then go West Coast, and go from there.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I was visioning be a wrestler back in the day, even though you can tell I'm not a wrestler, like you see my muscle. My goal was not like WWE or anything. I wanted to wrestle in Japan. I wanted to wrestle for NJPW. And when I'm talking about I wanted to wrestle for NJPW, I'm talking about the early 90s. This is before Kenny Omega, Okada, AJ
You're talking
Styles,
about Antonio Inoki and all them. And
Antonio Inoki. Even when Chris Benoit was there as Wild Pegasus, Eddie
Mhm.
Guerrero, Black Tiger, or not Black Tiger, Tiger Mask,
Yeah,
Jushin Thunder Liger.
yeah.
A lot of the guys, man, it was just like Suzuki, man. Minoru Suzuki was one of my favorites to watch. And then they kind of fell off the map in the early 2000s, and then they really picked it back up when Omega and Okada and all them really
Yeah, like
started.
2015,
Mhm.
2016,
Well,
2015, or I think it was 2015. That's when Kenny won the G1, and then
yeah,
he lost to Okada in that Wrestle Kingdom. And that's like when I really started getting into Kenny. And that Kenny is one of my favorites.
yeah, and that I think it was back. Wait, no, I think 2015. I think you're thinking 16, maybe.
16 or 15 for
Because I
G1.
think 15 was AJ Styles. AJ Styles was the champion in 15. He came he came to WWE in 2016,
Okay.
and I think that's when Omega and Okada got into it. Was around that time, starting with the G1 that year, and then Wrestle Kingdom in 17, and then I
Uh,
think he beat Omega in 17. I think they had a rematch, and I think it was finally when Omega won it all. Or no, they went to the hour time limit deal. And
uh,
then they had another one. I think it was like 2018 was when Omega finally uh, took it down because they had a good 2 year stint there for those running.
yeah.
Because AJ, it was Finn Balor was the leader of the Bullet Club.
Prince
He,
David.
he huh?
I said Prince David.
Yeah. And then AJ picked it up after took over the Bullet Club after he left, and yeah, things were really popping in New Japan at
Yeah.
that time. I mean, like it
Yeah.
just went off the map. So there we go. Let's see what else we got. Donnell's still up in here. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get you to come to Washington D.C. It looks like.
Washington, D.C. I've never been there. I would like to go there for work, work in the Gov space, but GovTech space. So I wouldn't mind. I like to go
There's
to DC.
what's up, Willie Buck? How are you doing tonight? So that's it on that. Let's move on to another little segment. I like to say some names, and you can just tell me what you think of them. And if you hadn't been around them, then we'll just dive over it. I want to start
Got
with the voice that said, "It's Quasi." Spencer, have you met Spencer?
Yes, I love Spencer, and happy
Yes, you
belated
do.
birthday, Spencer. You're a fellow June baby. You're Gemini, but you're a June baby.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
happy
Gemini.
late birthday, Spencer.
Yeah, I love Spencer. He always shows us like the support and the love. After all, like especially at the Cajun Dome, that I've seen him, and then obviously, like you said, how excited he was when I debuted at
Quasi, it's
225.
Quasi.
Like that love, like my mom pointed it out too, like as far as just like, the commentary, like they were excited, But no, I love Spencer. Like I said, shows so much love and support for what I'm doing. And Yeah, dude. Like, he was also there for the Mayor's Cup as well. So he's seen my first ever match as well. So he's been a part of the journey, and like I said, I love him. I love Spencer. Landon
Spencer's
too.
great. Yeah, he's a great commentator, but he's probably one of the top-notch ring announcers on the
Oh
independent
yeah,
wrestling scene. There's nobody that can touch him. He's just
yeah.
unbelievable and super professional. He's better than he's more professional than me. Let's put it that way. Quasi Willie Buck says, "What's up?"
What's going on, Willie Buck?
Yeah, old
I like
Willie.
that, Willie Buck. Willie Buck.
Yeah, his
Willie
his
Buck, don't
mama,
give up. I'm just kidding.
his sister mama uh,
What?
thought it was a good name too. Have you ever seen the show True Blood?
Yes, I love True Blood.
Oh, you do good. Then you'll remember Uncle Daddy Felton.
Yeah, I know exactly where
Right.
you're going with
That's Willie
this.
Buck. But anyway, uh,
I know exactly where you're going with that. It didn't take me that long to figure that one out.
oh,
No, I
man,
love True Blood. It's
my
like one of
wife,
my favorite series.
she
I
loves
actually
that show.
I have the whole well, I don't have it, but my dad has the entire collection. So I get to watch it all the time.
Yeah, my wife watches it all the time too. She's got it on HBO Max and she puts it on there and watches it. I like when she came to me, she's like, have you ever seen True Blood? And I'm like, no, I've never seen it. She's like, we got to watch it. And I'm like, I don't watch that stuff. I mean, whatever. And I started watching it because of Vanna Paquin. Liked her.
Mhm.
And there were some certain scenes that my wife said were in the show that I said, well, I got to definitely watch it now. And I ended up
And it,
started watching it and loved it. And it was great.
yeah, it
Tara, one
features
of
a
my favorite
Skarsgård.
ones.
Yeah, it features a Skarsgård, like one of the, I
Oh,
like.
yes. Eric
Yeah.
Northman is the greatest. My favorite characters on that show was Eric Northman, Lafayette,
Oh
God rest his
yes.
soul,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and Tara,
Yes.
Sookie. I couldn't stand Bill.
Oh, and me
And
either. I couldn't stand Sookie either sometimes. I really
yeah,
couldn't.
Sookie got on my nerves too, but then
Yeah.
she would make up for it with certain things. But who else was it? There was one I really liked that was just an asshole.
I like
No,
Pam.
huh?
Pam.
No,
Uh,
I liked Pam. I did like Pam.
yeah,
But no,
Pam
what's
was
his name?
straight
Damn.
shooter.
It's
Describe him. I probably can think of it.
it's the dude. It's the Reverend. He turned into a vampire half.
Oh,
Newland. Steve
yes, there
Newland.
you go. Steve
Yeah,
Newland.
yeah. He cracked me up just because of the way he was.
He
Just
played that part so well. I can't think of his actual name, but I think I've seen him in something else, and I was just like, oh yeah, that you can't. You know how in certain characters they play a role so well that it's hard to see anything outside of them if
yes.
they're doing something else. Yeah, that's him. I can't see him not playing Steve Newland.
Yeah, he cracked me up, especially when they turned him into a vampire, and I was just like, he just had that goofy look. Oh, God, how can I forget my favorite character on the damn show? You can't forget Jason.
Oh, Jason. I feel like that's where Jace would go. Is that lovable,
Dummy.
but just toy like goofy. That's what Jason reminds me of, Jason, but not like just in a goofy, innocent.
He's a ditz, and it's just funny. It's hilarious, man. But like, he's a good looking guy who's
Yeah.
getting all the women he wants. And I remember one episode, he's just like, "It's hard being me." And I remember Andy Belfour. Andy Belfour's great too. He's, "It's hard being me." He's like, "How's it hard being you getting laid every night?" I loved it. But yeah, if you hadn't seen True Blood, go check it out. And also check out the brilliant one, subscribe to me on Facebook. We're going to be giving away merchandise. I'm even going to give away an Amazon gift card worth $25. So subscribe for 99 cents and you get a chance to win all these prizes. Quasi, so where are you at this weekend? Are you anywhere this
Where am I?
weekend?
I'm going to be at Gonzalez. Yeah, I'll be in Gonzalez for VHS Wrestling, which Pro Wrestling 225 is holding. So I will get to see um, Jace Miles versus Hunter Lau.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, baby.
But yeah, I'll be in Gonzalez checking that out. I don't have anything booked up until obviously our show. Um, but yeah, I'll be there that week, Saturday for Wrestling 225 from VHS Wrestling.
Now, have you ever seen a VHS show that it was done in Mississippi where, and I know how VHS does it. It's like they, got different characters and stuff. So
Mhm.
I never got to see a show because every time they did a show, I was owner of a company at the time, so I had a show the weekend that they usually ran when we always hit the same day, but we're a little bit further away from each other. Well, I never got to check it out. I'd like to get to check that out as well. See that.
Yeah,
So
this will be my first VHS wrestling show, I guess. Yeah,
yes,
I've
this
never
will be
seen
interesting.
anything prior.
All right, so we're going to bring up another name. Now we've already
Okay.
brought this name up. You kind of talked about him in a good light. I really don't think you should have. But let's go ahead and talk about Dorito back one more time, Jace, who said you was ducking him. Now, here's the thing. How can you duck something that short? You can't.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm taller than him.
This can's taller than him. What are you talking about? Oh,
I think
my
he
goodness.
still has another growth spurt to go through.
Oh,
He
he's
was
got
only
several
like,
growth spurts to hit. He hadn't even hit puberty yet, I don't think.
oh no, I like I said, I love Jace. Jace is like I treat him like a little brother. Well, in a sense, like looking out or just like how I see him because he's like just as young as my nephew, and I see my nephew as my little brother. Um, they're around the same age, but like I said, Jace was the first dance partner with the exception of Hunter. So Jace has been a part of my journey for a long time since the beginning. So great guy, great kid. I feel like he has a really bright future in this business.
He
Um,
does.
he's
I
so
mean,
talented.
especially getting to go up against like Max Mini or somebody, maybe even taking on Dink, from back in the day. He would have been a real good mini. Like he would have fit good in that mini division, like the what is it? The little fellas out there.
No, no. I think he would have let. If you were talking about back in the day, I think he would have held his own with against the likes of like Quackenbush.
Oh,
Um,
Quackenbush is great. As a matter of
he-
fact, I gotta respond to something on that with Mike. So,
I
uh,
think I go ahead.
oh no, Willie Buck was saying you should come check out Combat Sports Pro. Maybe she will there, Willie Buck.
For sure, for sure. But no, Jace can hold his own. He's so smart in this. I love his mind when it comes to what he comes up with, how he puts together things, and what he wants to do. What it's gonna elicit any reaction. He really has a mind for this business, and you can see the love. You can see the love in it and the passion with him. So, and I respect that wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. This Jenny woman is hitting on everybody up in this chat. It's got to be a bot or something.
It gotta be about.
Donnell, don't be going and hitting up that message. I know you thinking about it. You're like, oh, who's Jenny? You better remember, watch at home. But anyway, yeah. So we're about to get ready to start wrapping up. Now, before we do, I know June the 12th, you got
July
Louisiana
12th.
Wrestling. Oh, yeah, July. We're already past June 12th. July 12th. Thank you for catching that for me. July 12th, Louisiana Wrestling Alliance. And what is that? The only thing you got coming up here in this? Oh, hold on. We got Matt Clark in here. Matt's a great guest and our fan. I can definitely give you some different promotions in the Panhandle. Yeah, Matt can. He can hook you up in Florida if you ever decide to venture out to Florida. But Hunter Law's also got those connections over in Florida as well. So, but July the 12th, go ahead and tell everybody about the Louisiana Wrestling Alliance event that's coming that day.
It's July 12th. It is going to be at the Pit in Scotland, Louisiana. Our first 2 shows there have been sold out, so you need to get your tickets. They are live. You can check it out on our Facebook page, Instagram page as well. So get your tickets. It is going to be a rock and rolling, heart stopping. Well, hopefully not heart stopping, but it's going to be a great show. I am facing Brooklyn Barrett. I need to get my get back because, like I said, I blame her for my first loss. So, yeah, come check it out. It's also, we're going to be crowning our LWA champion between Hunter Law and Steve Anthony. Um, so far, that's announced. We also have a fatal 4-way with Jace Miles, Jet Danger, Draven Dunn, and Desmond Tebow, Mr. Intelligent. So definitely come check it out, guys. It's going to be a great show, as always. As what we try to do is bring on a great show for everyone to come and watch. But yeah, hopefully you guys come and, you know, watch my journey through this because I'm loving it. My love is there. So you see it.
Well, let everybody know that, especially at Louisiana Wrestling Alliance, if they want to get promoted on the Brilliant Show, all they got to do is let me know when the shows is up. If I find it, I'll promote it myself. Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I don't. I stay busy, trying to stir up crap and stuff on Facebook and try to get, try to make up lies to put on the podcast.
Are you a troll?
I'm not a troll. Like, people sit here and I had somebody say this. I'll go ahead and tell you this. I'm not going to mention any names right now. But anyway, somebody said, well, he only talks shit about 3 or 4 people, the same 3 or 4 people every show. And most of them are my friends. But let me ask you this. Is it really talking shit when you're stating facts? Like, if I'm telling the truth about what's going on, is that talking shit or just telling facts?
I mean, it's all about perspective if it is true. I mean, at least you're consistent with it.
I got proof it's true.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not to me. It's consistent. At least you're being consistent with it.
And it's not drama. It's just bringing to light the truth. I'm not going to try to make anybody else cry no more, Steve. I made somebody cry one time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, but, it's all, I mean, you got to have thick skin to be in the wrestling business.
You do.
Worms don't cry. They get squished. So, anyway, before we get to wrapping up, I've had a fun time. This is actually the first time that we've ever talked in person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen some of your stuff. I'm sure you've never seen none of mine. You never heard of me, but I saw a bunch of your stuff. We've never talked before. Get you on here, and I think we had a pretty good time. I think we had some fun.
Yeah, even though you call me Quasimodo, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, look, that was before I talked to you and saw the greatness, and now I do, because you was taking on 2 of my favorites, in Kimber and Asher.
Your favorites?
Yeah.
They couldn't even pronounce my name right. At least you said Quasi.
Let's talk about that real quick before we get out here. They couldn't pronounce. Well, how did they pronounce your name?
They said Kusi. I mean, it's not wrong in a sense. You know, the name Quasi has an Arabic origin to it, but the way they say it is something like that. Is Kusai. If you look up the origin, what it means in Arabic, it's fine. But my name is Quasi, like Kuasi Malandro. Like, at least say it right when you're addressing me.
See, you're only second Quasi I know. I know Quasimodo, and now I know Quasi Malandro. But y'all got the same initials.
Well, no, because Quasimodo is with a Q, unless you're talking about somebody else.
Oh no, I'm not. That is true. That
Yeah.
is true. See,
And Quasimodo is a whole, like, it's like a pimp named Slipback. Yeah, it's just one whole thing. Just
yep.
Quasimodo.
Well, I'll break it up. We'll make it two different things. But anyway, before we do start getting out of here, like the floor is yours. Plug any kind of social media, anything that you want to plug or say thanks to anybody. The floor is yours. Go ahead and have it.
Um, you can check out my tag team match with the Fox and the Jackal on my YouTube page. It's Kuasi Malandro. I have an Instagram, Quasi_Malandro. I think that's what it is. I'm not a social media person. I'm trying to be to promote myself out there, but I'm working on it. I am on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. I do have an email, quasimalandro21@gmail. If you want to book me for any shows in Florida or DC or Maryland, whoever was in here about that.
Donnell.
Yeah. And I do have some thank yous to Hannah Lau, with him. Like I said, being under his tutelage as far as like training, it is definitely been a blessing and very grateful. Like you see the love in wrestling with him, the passion. So it's good to share that. And Joey, gorgeous Joey Jackson, like thank you to him because even when I was when I left, when I first left, I came back like probably like a few months later. When I was on the road coming back here to train, he hit me up trying to just check in on me, and that meant a lot to me too. Rhett the Threat.
Oh, Rhett. You
Yeah.
need to talk to Rhett. I need to get Rhett on here because I see Rhett every now and then, but I got to get Rhett on here. We got to. He was on my old podcast. Oh, Rhett the Threat, baby.
Yeah, he's in his retirement phase now. But yeah.
We all are, aren't we? You know, a wrestler never retires, right?
Yeah, you never really retire from the wrestling business, but I thank him, I thank Jordan, I thank Mac. I think a lot of people I've trained with, everyone at the school, just my parents for supporting me into this. Like they didn't know I was doing this until my mom seen a YouTube video of me facing Ryan. Like she was surprised and she sent me this long message like, what the hell? But she was excited. And my dad, like, I know growing up, that was something we've always shared was wrestling. When, he was working a lot, that was something we watched and everything like that. And I'm very thankful and grateful for a lot of people in my life, like the support, the community, and everyone I've met so far in this business, like just giving me the advice. I love that. I love everyone that I came across so far. Like I haven't met anybody that I'm like, nah, this has been a big blessing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Quasi, thank you for joining us. But hold on just a second. Brandon, you need to have my favorite wrestler on the Brother Show. You tell him to get in contact with me. That's all I'm going to say. We'll work something out possibly. Just tell him to get in contact with me. Quasi, it's been a pleasure. I just want you to know that you do have somebody else that supports you and believes in you right here on the Brilliant Show. The Brilliant One does. And anytime that you need anything plugged or you want to just hop on and say hey to anybody, you just let us know and we'll make sure you're on here because we got one of the fastest rising stars and hopefully she's going to take off to the moon. It's like I even told you before we went on. Ears open, mouth shut. you listen, you learn, and you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
You can be in the business for 30 years. You're still going to learn something new every day. And if
Yep.
you're not coachable, yep.
Always learning. It's a Latin tattoo. Ancora imparo. It's always learning.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're always learning. You're right. But if you're not coachable and you can't keep your ego in check, you will never go anywhere in this business. But to be in the business, you do have to have an ego. But like I said, you have to keep it in check.
Yeah.
But Quasi, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that we can do this again, and hopefully maybe have Joey or Hunter come onto the show. Would love to have them come on the show, talk Louisiana Wrestling Alliance, and much more. But hit that like button. If you've not hit that like button on this video, please
hit the like button.
That's right. Hit the like button and everything. But thank you. And if you'll just hang in there a second, we'll be right back right here on the Burley Show. We'll see you tomorrow night with Josh Newell. We'll have Josh Newell and Ben Wood. So make sure y'all tune in for tomorrow night's show right here on the Burley Show.
Lights blaze bright, it's a glorious sight. The champ of the mic owns the night. With a mind so slick and a suit so clean, he's running this ring like a wrestling machine. From gold-plated deals to jaw-dropping schemes, he's the mastermind of your wildest dreams. Stand up, take note, bow down if you can. It's the Brilliant Show with the Brilliant